know what's strange? In a world where everyone is trying so hard to look perfect, so many men still walk around feeling invisible. Not because they're not handsome, not because they're not worthy, but because somewhere along the way they stopped taking care of themselves. They faded, not just in their grooming, but in their confidence, their presence, their energy. And yet, there's this one moment, one simple moment, when everything can change. It's when a woman looks at you, really looks at you, and sees that clean, polished, sharp version of yourself. Not a different man, not a fake man, but the man you forgot you could be. That's when attractiveness stops being an accident and becomes a choice. Think about the last time you stood in front of the mirror, not the quick 2-second glance, not the fix my collar and leave moment. I'm talking about that deeper moment, when you stared at yourself and quietly wondered, is this really me? Is this the impression I give the world? Is this the man I want her to see? Maybe you noticed your hair was overgrown. Maybe your beard looked tired. Maybe your face showed stress, neglect, too many late nights, too many disappointments. You didn't feel unattractive. You just felt unfinished, incomplete. And then there's the scenario you'll never admit out loud, standing next to a guy who did care about his appearance and watching how easily people, especially women, responded to him, not because he was perfect, not because he looked like a model, but because he looked like a man who respects himself, a man who puts effort into the details, a man who sees his grooming not as vanity, but as strength. And deep down, you felt that sting, that quiet whisper, I could look like that. Why don't I? That's why today I want to take you deeper, not just into grooming, not just into hairstyles, but into the psychology of appearance. Because when a man chooses a clean, polished, versatile fade, it's not just a haircut, it's a message. A message that says, I'm intentional, I'm evolving, and I take myself seriously. So today, I'm giving you 5 powerful truths about why clean fades make a man attractive, especially when a woman notices, appreciates, and responds to that refined look. And trust me, these aren't just style tips. They're identity shifts. Imagine a man who has lost himself. Life hit him, responsibilities piled on, and one day he looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. Then he sits in that barber chair. The clippers buzz, hair falls, edges sharpen, lines straighten, and suddenly he sees himself again. In psychology, we call this identity anchoring. It's when a small physical change reconnects you to a stronger mental version of yourself. When you choose a clean, controlled fade, you're not just fixing your hair, you're reclaiming dominion over your image and your life. And trust me, women sense that. They feel that self-command from meters away. You've seen him, the man with no structure in his hair, no shape in his beard, no thought in his presentation. He blends into the background, then he gets a polished fade, neat, balanced, intentional. Suddenly, he looks like he has direction, clarity, and discipline. According to behavioral psychology, humans associate grooming with responsibility. A clean, polished look tells the world, I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a man with order. When your fade is neat and your edges are clean, you communicate emotional stability without saying a word. Women don't just admire that, they trust it. Picture a man walking into 3 different rooms, a business meeting, a date night, a casual gathering with friends. With a versatile fade, he fits all 3 effortlessly. Not overdressed, not underdressed, just right. This is called situational flexibility, the ability to adapt socially and visually to different environments. People gravitate toward men who adjust elegantly, not chaotically. Choose a fade that complements every version of your life. The professional you, the romantic you, and the chill weekend you. A woman notices that. She sees a man who can handle life and all its rooms. There's a moment after a fresh fade when every man feels it. That subtle boost, that extra spark, that quiet swagger. You walk a little taller. You adjust your shoulders. You hold eye contact longer. That's not vanity. That's confidence meeting self-recognition. It's called the dopamine mirror effect. When you like what you see, your brain rewards you with confidence chemicals, making you behave more boldly and charismatically. When a woman sees you radiate that fresh fade energy, she's not attracted to the haircut. She's attracted to the version of you that emerges because of it. That's the real glow. A woman spends time making herself beautiful. Skincare, hair care, fragrance, outfits, details. And sometimes she looks at the man beside her and feels a quiet ache. I wish he put in the same effort. But when you show up clean, polished, lined up, fresh, she notices. She appreciates it. She feels valued. This is called reciprocal effort. Humans feel emotionally safe with people who match their investment. Your fade is not about impressing her. It's about showing her you care about yourself enough to stand beside her with pride. That's attraction on a deeper level. So listen, you're not unattractive. You're not lacking. You're not invisible. You just forgot the power of presentation. You forgot how sharp you can look, how magnetic you can feel, how confident you can become when you put intention behind your appearance. A clean fade doesn't change you. It reveals you. It brings out the disciplined you, the confident you, the man who respects himself. And once you see that man, the world can't help but see him too, especially her. So remember, a clean fade gives you back control. A polished look reflects emotional maturity. A versatile cut lets you shine in every environment. Fresh grooming boosts dopamine-driven confidence. And a woman admires a man who matches her level of care. These aren't just grooming tips. These are psychological shifts that change how you move in the world. Attractiveness isn't built in your DNA. It's built in your decisions. And sometimes all it takes is one clean fade to remind the world and yourself that you were never ordinary. You were simply waiting to sharpen your edges. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support.